In today's video, I tried to photograph the Knockmill Down Mountains. However, the weather is against me, but it does allow for some interesting shots that I am very happy with. If you like this sort of content and you want to see more Irish landscape or wildlife photography, please consider subscribing to the channel. And if you like the video, really appreciate if you give it a like. I hope you enjoy the video. I've heard it said that some of the best images present themselves after the worst weather. In this video, I go out in some terrible conditions to try and photograph the Knockmill Down Mountains. The night before I had been out and I had seen some beautiful skies and dramatic scenery with the Knockmill Downs in the background, but I was in the wrong place at the wrong time and I couldn't really get a shot that I wanted. So in this video, as you see, there was rain, there was clouds, it was harsh weather. However, I decided I'd try to go out and get a new angle of the Knockmill Downs and see if I could get any good images. So today I've decided I would come out to a different location to try and get a better look at the hills and get some good shots of them. I've come to an area called the Conra Drive, but from the car park I'm not getting the best view of the Knockmill Downs, so what I'm going to do is go up to Crewcorn and then I should get a good view. So I'll be a lot higher, there'll be less midges and better views, I hope. As you'll see as the video progresses, I don't actually end up getting a great shot of the Knockmill Downs. The weather is all over the place. 1 minute it's nice and clear, next minute it is grey as anything and raining. However, I do get some other images of other parts of the landscape which I do think work, and the weather allowed me to do this. So you'll see some of these images as we go on, but for now, you get to enjoy the greyness. Well, it is beginning to rain again, and this is becoming quite hard work. Between trying to keep my equipment dry, get opportunities when they present themselves, and get up this hill whilst being bitten by midges, I'm slightly questioning why I'm doing this. But that said, there are some beautiful opportunities, and I think I've got some, what in my mind at the minute look like painting-like images that will look wonderful. So I hope when I get back home they actually look as good as I think they might. We're not long now to the top, nearly there. You can see the spire partly covered by fog and cloud. So yeah, I hope this is worth it. There were moments where the light was beautiful, very dramatic, and it offered some incredible scenes, but my compositions were not great and I didn't take full advantage of that. However, some of the greyer scenes I managed to actually capture and do it in a way that I enjoyed. So what you'll see is with these images, I managed to use the fences to lead into the image and draw your eye to the hills in the background. Now, looking at these images, I know that there is no beautiful light or drama to the scene, but living in this area, these are things that I see all the time, and I think it truly represents the nature of this area, and for that reason, I do actually quite like these images. Okay, this weather is absolutely shocking. It is dreadful. However, I may have just got something very, very cool. Keen-eyed viewers will see there's sheep going down the track there. And I was coming up, I saw them all of a sudden coming in my direction. So I had to kneel down and go in under my poncho and use it like a tent. And I'd quickly switch lenses. I went to the 70 to 200. As I came up this track, there's a little bit of a hill, and I came to that and I got some shots of them as a group. Now, the composition on the back of the camera looked great. I had to increase my shutter speed and ISO to freeze some of the rain and their motion. But that may be a really cool shot and a good opportunity captured. So hopefully that's come out well. But back to the main reason I'm here, the Knockmill Downs. She is over there, misty and rainy and wet. And to be honest, I don't know if I'm going to bother going all the way up. I might get shots from here. I don't have trees in my way, it's clear enough. I might get set up and brave it. So yeah, we'll see how we get on, but it's atmospheric. I'm seeing so many little shots. I'm struggling to move on because I could stop and take shots all day, but yeah, I'll go back to the original reason that I'm here. This is the first image I got of the sheep just as they broke the brow of the hill, and I'm absolutely delighted with this image. I love the separation between the sheep in the midground and the background. This is caused by the rain. I also like the position of the sheep making a nearly arrow-like feature, and I think this one works. This second image is a 16:9 image, and the composition is great. The position of the sheep lets it down, so I'm not as keen on this one. Finally, this is my favourite one. I think the 1:1 crop works perfectly here. The sheep are in a great position and I love the symmetry. And if you look closely, you'll also notice the sheep on the very left and very right are both missing a horn. They both have the horn that faces inwards, and I think this is quite cool. Okay, there are some absolutely beautiful scenes going on behind me. There's lots happening everywhere. There is rain and fog and cloud coming over from the left. There is beautiful clouds above the Knockmill Downs, and there's orange to both sides of it as the sun's going down. I think the sun's actually still pretty high in the sky, so there could be some real dramatic scenes ahead of us. So I'm going to try a few different compositions and see what I can get, but so far this is gorgeous. There's a certain haziness to the air as well, where there's been all this rain and stuff, so absolutely brilliant. I know it's hard to get out in these conditions, but it is worth it. Absolutely, so worth it. So if you, like me, live in a wet climate where the weather is more often than not grey and raining, I would encourage you to get some good wet weather gear and still go out, because why not? If you wait for the good weather, you could be waiting for a very long time. During this video, I had all the conditions. I had sun, I had clouds, I had heavy rain, I had all of it. Most importantly though, I had fun and I got to get some images that were different. The big factor here was having appropriate gear. So I had my poncho, which allowed me to stay somewhat dry, and also cover my equipment when I needed to change lenses and do things like this. So as the old saying goes, there's no such thing as bad weather, just bad clothing. Well, the conditions were not one bit easy to work with, and I have been using my rocket blower. Like, this bit of kit for any landscape photographers, indispensable. Like, I have been so much, like I just had to. It's been unbelievable, so absolutely beautiful. So much dramatic weather, there's clouds rolling over there. I think I'm seeing a shot that I might get in a second. There's just been so much to do. It's been amazing. And it's been a real struggle, like with the wet, with the rain, trying to keep lenses clear, trying to switch lenses. It's been a struggle, but I think it's been worth it, and I've enjoyed that. So yeah, I think I've got some good shots as well, so I'm very happy with that. So yeah, that is it. Now, the only thing is, I didn't actually get the best shots of the Knockmill Downs, which is why I'm here. But regardless, I'm in the Commons taking pictures. It's fine by me. I've had a good time. I've shown them a bit. and I will come out again to try and get them from a different angle. I'll see what I can do, but yeah, it's been fantastic. So thank you very much for joining me. This shot is distracting me, so I am going to go and try and do something with that. See you in the next one.